Good morning. This is Peter Affronti for Allendale's Morning Wake Up Call for Friday, July 19th. As of right now, we have December corn up 2.25 cents to 407 and a quarter. November beans are up 3.75 cents to 1046 and 3/4. And Chicago wheat December is up 8.5 cents to 568 and a half. All right. Well, let's get into this right now here. So, for some weather updates here, especially for the corn. Rain totals and coverage were lowered in the morning 10-day outlook. Some heat moves back in on day 8 of the forecast, with most of the heat limited to the Dakotas, Nebraska, and Iowa. So something to watch out for here, where they're taking totals of rain down a bit. Still seeing solid support near just around $4. We aren't seeing as many aggressive buyers as was thought, down closer to $4. I know a lot of guys do have orders at $4, but we just haven't been able to get down there yet. So something we need to see. Also, exports yesterday were solid with 924,000, a very nice improvement over the last 4 weeks. There is talk that U.S. prices are competitive in the export market again, but we need to see some signs that we can get above this $1 million or 1 million mark. Beans. Export sales yesterday, 741,000, and we did have a nice 8 a.m. sale of 510,000. So we've been waiting for some type of improvement. Finally did receive it here. We need to see this continue, though. Any selling yesterday that we did see did not appear to be funds in either corn or beans. There were no major volume spikes, and open interest was lower in both corn and beans. So right now it looks like we're trying to form some type of range in these beans, maybe 10 to 1050. This may change next week, because all of a sudden next week we come in and we start looking at August weather for these beans. For pollination, wheat exports were solid yesterday with 579,000. Last night overseas wheat was actively higher, which has spilled over into the U.S. wheat. At this point, there is likely more influence from Russian updates and moves in the dollar than there is from any U.S. influence. All righty, and finally we have cattle here. So Nebraska traded $2 lower. Kansas and Texas traded $2 lower. And once again, we have box beef slipping. Yesterday's PM box beef choice was down 201. Select was up 102. That packer cushion just $5.51. So the box beef slide continues being down again yesterday. We're now trending 2 full weeks with box beef pulling back, and futures are pricing in $4.50 under the cash trades that have been seen this week. As long as box beef moves lower, we should continue to expect a general slide in both futures and cash. So something to look for here. Also, remember that gap in August cattle. I know it is not the lead contract. October is, because of the open interest and also the volume. But that gap in August is 179.67 and a half. So watch that gap there. We could be looking at closing that gap with how much box beef has ended up pulling back. And if we see packers next week come in here and let's say they're $3 or $4 lower, then we should be able to close that gap in the charts. But that is a good spot to look for that we could pull back down to. So any questions, please feel free to call us here at 1-800-2-MARKETS. This is Peter Affronti for Allendale's Morning Wake Up Call. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.